Guess who's back?
You're now listening to Unapologetic, the podcast, with your two hosts, Trey and Reg, discussing any and everything unfiltered.
Told him, but I wish you would have told him that.
What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Unapologetic, the podcast. Y'all know who it is. Y'all know how the fuck we get down. We on one right now. We talking about shit. Took shots with my OG.
Cool dude.
You know, appreciate it. Yeah, he fucking shit, dog.
Cool dude.
But yeah, y'all. We gonna push through this episode. I mean, ain't nothing going on, but you know, I had a death in the family. Condolences, you know, to my family, and you know, rest in peace to my cousin. So, you know, my day has been hectic. I don't got no unapologetic truths. Like I ain't even go through nothing. I ain't set nothing up.
You know,
we gonna get on here. We gonna feed the streets. Get this episode in.
Yeah, right, Joe Montana.
Absolutely. You're right.
No, unless you told him, you know how we go.
You're right. We just gonna talk our shit. We got a lot. I mean, we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. Somewhat, sort of, some things we want to address and clear up, all that good stuff. And
if you will.
Yeah. And before I get started, I'm just like, y'all, this is called Unapologetic, the podcast for a reason. Right?
Yeah, of course.
It's Unapologetic podcast for a reason. So, I mean, whatever he say, whatever I say, it is what it is. I mean,
fight me then.
Right. But one thing I do, so last week episode, I really enjoyed it. The only thing I don't like is how her audio was somewhat here and there. I should have put the mic a little closer. Because it was catching her voice in and out sometimes. So
I thought it was solid, but she was sitting. She was doing her one. That's why I said like get comfortable. Because you're gonna be here for a little bit. So you know what you sound like. But it's all good. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you know, listen, we got what we got.
Yeah.
It ain't professional, but it's unapologetic studio.
Yes. For sure.
And it works, it does what it do. But it's a new mic actually, and you know, we didn't really do the sound check and everything, and we was actually struggling with that before we started, and then I realized I had the mic cut off. But you know, fuck it, we ain't apologizing for shit right now. I mean, the episode was good. I mean, it came out. I got a lot of good reviews on it.
I got some reviews too, surprisingly this week.
Oh, okay.
I did, bro. I did.
We get into that, man. We get into that. So I'll since we last recorded, I do want to before we get started, I want to send my condolences to Smurf and his girlfriend Erica. She had a unfortunate death in the family. That's all I'm going to say about it. But it's someone very, very close to her. So they've been dealing with that.
Shout out to them, man.
Absolutely.
For sure.
And I had a close cousin, my father's nephew, so first cousin, very close. He passed away, so things have kind of been like in and out here and there for me. And then, like I said, today is usually my day that I like try to go through shit and figure out, okay, the order we gonna talk about shit, or whatever, anything podcast related. For this one in there is talking sports. I try to do today, and I ain't getting no chance to do that shit because
even superheroes need to rest. Right?
Listen, I appreciate it, but listen, like I got a text message like, "Hey, what time we doing this? What time we doing?" And as you see, OG is on his own drum. Like everything is like it ain't.
Right. He like, that's what we doing.
And I'm looking at the phone like, niggas talk about like, hey, we about to pull up on you, and I'm like, for what?
Yeah.
But because at first the first call was, what time you coming to get me?
Okay.
And I was like,
oh, okay, all right. So then
from here, from here to there is a good hour and a half drive, depending on traffic. Then you got to come back here, and then go to the So I'm like, yo. Nah, you done gave added 3 hours onto a one-way trip for me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I definitely wasn't feeling that, but all in all, man, everything's cool. Attend this funeral Friday. Had a great time with you, hanging out this weekend. We went to Atlanta.
Man, you know what? I had a good time, though. Mm-hmm. I had a good time, bro. And not only that, what you didn't know, my man, shout out to my man B Round. What you didn't know, I hadn't seen him since like 2014.
Oh wow, okay.
Right, like me and him we were young, and we came in and wearing a uniform together, first duty station type shit.
Okay.
So that was my first time, but that was my first time seeing him in forever, man. But overall, bro, you got an opportunity to meet. Shout out to my man Von Jovi.
Let me give us some claps. When I introduced us, I ain't give us no round of applause, none of that shit. We a little off tilted right now.
Cool.
We good, but yeah.
Yeah, but so for me, the weekend, it was good. I don't know when the next time I'll be able to see the boys in blue play. Obviously, you and I sharing that moment, man, and just being in that moment and having a good time. Yeah, we had some heartache for a little bit of heartburn because they about let it slip, but they didn't.
Oh my God.
And then, like I said, it's always good because you know how I give it up, man. Like I'm it's very far in between where I'm able to intertwine, my family from before the military to my family that I have gained in the military.
Okay.
So when I'm able to intertwine it, it's always a good thing. I always appreciate
it.
So again, like I said, my man Bon Jovi, he been a stickler. He been around, man. He knew me when I was goals in my mouth, ready to knock a motherfucker out, ready to run in your house, ready to do all that. Just crazy.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
He know that, Dre. You
okay.
know what I'm saying?
All right.
So for y'all to meet and us to break bread together, man, it was a beautiful thing. And then on the back end, for my man Ram, for you to meet him as well, and for everybody to politic and be together, dog. It was a smooth weekend for me, man. I couldn't have drawn it out any better, dog.
Dope. Yeah, dope. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk too much about the game like that. This is yeah. Not only work to do, like I told you there, like if I don't know how I'm gonna last throughout this season, just what like that shit triggers anxiety, blood pressure, PTSD, like everything. Like you go through a whole set of emotions watching one game.
Dog. Yeah, I know when you said, man, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to watch. And as good as it sounds, as much as it made sense, I could not agree with you. I knew I'm gonna.
And like it just
for my health,
for
your health.
It's insanity.
The way it looks right now.
Yeah. Oh my God. But
Tar Heels, we in trouble.
Yeah, we are.
Help is on the way. Basketball season starts soon.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna give up on my boys yet.
No, not at all.
I ain't gonna give up on them yet.
Listen, we can lose every game from here on out. Hopefully we don't, but I'm still gonna be there.
I know. Of course.
Hopefully that,
Please on that.
No. Like I said, if we go 2-1 in the triangle, I'm good. If we go 1-2 in the triangle, but one of them losses is a good loss, if there's such thing, I'm good. As long as we beat Duke in the triangle,
we're gonna beat them.
I'm good.
We need football wise, we need to beat NC State. We got to beat them because that's in their minds. I don't know.
They think they're big brother.
They think that they are big brother,
right?
On the gridiron.
Man, I don't know why y'all have a good team this year, but but
smoking.
Right?
What are they giving y'all in Raleigh? Keep it away from whatever they giving them boys up there at NC State. Keep it away from me. Cool. It's a good drug.
Right. But some of this other stuff we'll get into. But we got like you said, we hung out in the A, did some things. One thing I do want to talk about real quick that me and Dre just talked about before. I met up with people that distribute podcasts and they, in a nutshell, we need to promote more, get our, viewership, following up more. So I think that's one thing that I know and personally that I lack on, because I'll post, but like I said, we were out and we just do our thing. We chill, we have drinks, we eat, we vibe. You know what I'm saying? But like when you in a city like Atlanta, it's nothing for you to see.
Time.
It's nothing for you to see people walking around. Hey, check out. Hey, I'm on iTunes. Download my single. You know what I'm saying? You like, who are you? You know what I'm saying? People passing out. Well, ain't nobody really passing out CDs, but it's somebody that always got something going on.
They on the grind.
Yeah, and they're promoting it. But as much as we love podcasting ain't the number one goal or hustle for us. So it ain't like, you know what I'm saying, if we just decide that we want to stop recording today, right. Yeah. So, but I mean, this is something that could be lucrative, and I would love for it to be. But
more than it being lucrative, we understand. We both have been on record as to saying what the podcast does for us. So on the back end, it makes all the sense that if it does it for us, then we need to push and at least invite people into our space, because we don't know what it would do for them.
Okay, absolutely. You're right. Do you think we're comfortable?
Do I think we are comfortable with doing that?
No, just where we at.
I don't know what comfortable is.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
And that just came to top of my head.
That's cool. But I don't necessarily know what comfortable is. I don't. At the end of the day, looking back on it, like just the venues and the places that I was in over the past weekend, I definitely could have done more, and I didn't think about it.
Me neither. And I kind of told you that too.
Yeah, I didn't think about it, and it's not that we're not taking this serious, because we are. But at the end of the day, I think we both looked at it as, okay, let your hair down, time off. This is our time,
right?
But are you ever really off when you got something that's so a part of your life, day in and day out, week in, week out. You know what I mean? That's a stickler, and again, like I said, and it goes for both of us. We definitely need to do more. You know what I mean? And not from like you said, you said we could do, this could turn to a monetary thing, but we both don't do it for that.
Right. Absolutely.
But also too, the opportunity is there potentially.
Yeah. And
but it only works with us.
Right. And depending on, how far we want to go, what we want to do, that route is going to turn monetary, because but I mean, that's, I don't know, it's something to think about. It that's going to be something hard for me, just to because I'm not the, hey, go check out Unapologetically podcast on blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? But I get it, because even like the reason why I was up there is because my homeboy, with his artists and everything, he was saying, like, listen, they look at your IG and see how many followers you got, look at this and look at that. So and I remember a couple years back when Jadakiss was talking about something, and he was like, back when we came through, it was like your mixtapes out the trunk.
Right.
These days, record labels want to see like what your IG look like, how many followers you got. You know what I'm saying? Let me look at your YouTube video and see how many views you got. So
for sure.
We gonna roll past announcements, man. Let's get to since we can talk about the recap for episode.
Let's do it.
I enjoyed Saju's.
Yeah.
She got the
good episode. Solid.
Dope spit on Monday. I'm gonna go check out
Monday?
poetry. Yeah.
All right, I'm in there.
Go see what's going on.
I'm in there. Monday. Remind me though. Please.
Got you.
Please.
Got you. You got any feedback over it?
Yeah, so the feedback that I got off on it is like the one thing that I was hearing repeatedly is like, baby girl keep on talking about her body like she a killer out here.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, right. And I'm like, all right, okay, well, that goes into preference. That goes into how she feels about herself, and she feels like she'd kill her. She can only. We don't know what happened in the Virgin Islands. We don't know the type of feedback or the type of attention that she gives. So all we can do is go off of what she says. She say people or men, they turn their head. She's a neck breaker. Then hey, so be it. But just off of that, that's what I heard that the young lady was speaking on that. On how she is. And guess what? Big up to her. Big up to Sajid, man, for knowing her worth and knowing.
But she did call herself a fat girl. I remember when we talked about the honey bun.
Oh yeah,
she did call herself a fat girl. And before we even started recording, she was like, "Let me get myself right because I don't want my fupa to be shown." I
mean, regardless,
but I think all women are kind of like that. Like they gonna say this or that.
Listen, people are like that. No matter what, no matter how many girls come at you, or how many women come at me, you wake up, you got some positives about yourself, but you damn sure got some negatives about yourself.
Absolutely. So I mean, people in general, right, absolutely, absolutely. And I mean, she's entitled to feel how she want to feel, whether it was good or bad. Because listen, it's like I can't name one woman these days that don't say they not pressure.
Facts. Facts. I was about to say a name, but
I think every woman considers herself pressure these days. I mean, and it don't even matter how big or small, tall or short she is, and we definitely gonna get into that. But
let's do it.
So I mean, shout out to Shadru.
Thank you.
Look forward to having you back on. Indeed. You want to talk about football real quick since it just started? I mean,
ring the alarm, sir.
Okay, hold on. Sports talk,
please.
It's been a minute. Listen, y'all got a couple weeks off without sports talk from us, so it's only right. It's only right. College football just started. NFL just really started. So it's only right.
Yeah.
For the people that fuck with us for sports.
Yeah. A little tidbit.
Where you want to start?
Let's start college football. We don't got to go on the week 1 through 2 or whatever, but what was the most surprising thing to you? Because there's been a few things that have went on in college football already, which I'm excited for.
Most surprising outside of us looking like dog shit?
Yeah.
All right. Most surprising. Notre Dame 0-2 right now.
Are they 0-2 or are they 0-2?
They might be if they're not 0-2, they're 0-3. They're 0-3. Okay.
That's the most surprising.
So Notre Dame 0-3. And I want to say Appalachian State. I want to say something positive about our state, the great state. I want to say something positive. So I'm going to say Appalachian State, exactly how they're looking. Is that more of an indictment on how good they are, how bad we are? Who knows? Because they did take down Texas A&M in College Station.
Man, shout out to them boys out there, the mountain boys out there.
Absolutely,
man. Shout out to y'all, man. Congratulations.
Bear hugging, lake swimming, axe chucking.
They say my partners that I play ball with, they say go Nears, right? That's what they say, go Nears. That's some country ass shit. But shout out to them, I'll say I agree with you on a Notre Dame ordeal. Right. I will agree with you on that. I'll agree with you on Appalachian State to a certain point.
Okay.
Again, like we talked about it, and you know me, man. I'm all things North Carolina, so I'm tapped into everything that's going on, right?
Okay.
For the most part. So I knew that wasn't a bad team. I knew it wasn't a bad team. And then when I found out that their quarterback, who once I found out who he was,
So yeah, we found out at the same time we
Yeah.
was watching the game.
yeah, like what I see the name, like, wait a minute, what?
Right.
Wait a minute.
Right.
It makes sense.
Uh-huh.
This is why my intuition has been going crazy all week.
How do you think they get him?
NIL.
You think Appalachia's got a good NIL? That's
No,
gonna
no.
bring somebody like that?
This is what I think. I think he did 2 stints in the ACC,
And it didn't shake out?
and it did not work the way it was supposed to
Okay.
be. So
Is he
now
a Carolina boy?
I don't know. We'll find out. I feel like it's smart. You know,
It is. It is.
I found out today. You know, he's 25 years old.
Wow. I did not know that.
I found out today.
But I do know excuse me, if this was basketball, he would be considered a super freshman, not a super freshman, a super senior.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I mean,
no, he is from a football powerhouse here in Georgia, Grayson. Actually. Yeah.
How does he get who did Georgia have at the time? Just off the top of your head, let's say 5 to 6 years ago, Georgia quarterback.
Deshaun Watson.
No, that played for the Bulldogs.
Well, okay, but
why Georgia didn't get him? Why he didn't end up in Georgia?
The same reason,
he might have not been
the
good
same reason
there.
why Deshaun Watson didn't end up there.
True. Okay. Okay. Because he probably wasn't good enough. And but I would want to know who Georgia has sitting in that seat that okay, we not, but I get it. If Deshaun Watson wasn't a 5-star, or he wasn't considered a 5-star, then yeah, I mean, I guess that makes a big difference.
Yeah. I think regardless, I think him being 25 years old, and to go back to your question, how does he land at Appalachian State? I think you got to understand, my hat is off to him for using the system to his benefit.
Absolutely.
Because, all right, you went from Clemson to Duke. You started off at Clemson. Trevor Lawrence was in front of you.
Right.
Obviously, Deshaun Watson was in front of you.
He's in the curve. He's coming.
These are two.
Well, no. Trevor Lawrence is coming in.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah. So we go from Deshaun Watson
to,
and you look at it like
the best quarterback in the country.
Who's going to take over after Deshaun Watson?
Yeah.
Right.
You're right. So it's like, all right. Then I go to Duke.
Let me get the fuck on up out of here.
Yeah, I go to Duke.
Because Duke just lost Daniel John.
No.
Danny Dimes.
Yeah, Danny Dimes.
They stink.
Yeah. Danny Dimes.
Danny Dimes.
So and then so it's like, all right, well, now I have to look at myself in the mirror and say, okay, what is the best move for me? Or for him. And it was smart for him to stay in the Carolinas. He sees what's going on.
You already here. Yeah.
Yeah. It's smart. Yeah. Let me go to a program that is, I'll say, the most known unknowns.
Okay.
Because
I can fuck with it.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So, you look from a talent pool standpoint, I would look at a roster and did my homework and be like, okay, we might got some shit. I might be the one drop that made the cup tip over.
Right. I'm curious to know if Duke and Appalachian State played last year.
You'll find
that I think that would say a lot too. If Duke and Appalachian State, because it's a big possibility that they probably played last year. But I mean, he's doing enough, and actually, it ain't. I think it's not just him. it's that team in general, the way they're playing. This year is for them to put up 40 points in the fourth quarter. And I'm not. I mean, our defense looked bad, so 40 points on any defense in a quarter is hard because Alabama don't necessarily put up 40 points.
They did not play.
Wow. So they had their eye on him. Like it was something there. But I mean, when you think about it, like Alabama can play Mercer and don't necessarily put up 40 points in a quarter. You know what I'm saying? So that says a lot. I mean, I hate this. Well, I know our defense stink, but I was gonna say, like, do you think, or that says a lot about what they're doing, but I digress off of that and how bad we looked in the Appalachian State game and then rolling into Georgia State.
Well, I'm looking at the schedule while you say that. So in 2021, App State beat East Carolina. They lost to the U by 2 points.
Okay.
They beat the dog shit out of Elon.
Okay.
They beat Marshall. They beat the dog shit out of Georgia State, which we struggled.
Right, we struggle, and this Marshall team ain't too much different from the Marshall team right now. That just
that's what I'm saying.
Notre
Yeah,
Dame.
right. Beat the dog shit out of Georgia State.
Okay.
Lost to at the time a number 16 team in Louisiana, Rage Education. They got their ass stomped. They beat the Coastal Carolina team. They beat the dog shit out of Louisiana Monroe.
And if you don't know, Coastal Carolina has not been a bad program in the last 40 years.
40 years, yeah. They beat the dog shit out of Arkansas State. They beat the dog shit out of South Alabama. They beat the dog shit out of Troy. They beat the dog shit out of Georgia Southern, which in fact won.
Georgia Southern won the
they beat Georgia.
Right.
No, they beat Nebraska.
Right.
And then they got their ass stumped by Western Kentucky. So I mean, looking at that,
there might have been a quarterback away.
That's what I'm saying. He might have been the drop that made the cup tip over.
You're right.
So shout out to him.
He made the right decision. Is that going to get into the NFL? Who knows? It could be a good look. Yeah,
I think with his today, with the past 2 weeks that he's had.
Oh yeah,
he's definitely going to turn heads. Like the radar is on.
The spot, you're right. Everything is on him.
Yeah.
Radar, spotlight, all of it. And even with them bringing game day to Boone,
that's big.
Listen, for me being right here right now, shit. If I felt like it, I could ride the fucking Boone right now just because I know that shit is gonna be crazy. I promise
you, I thought about
it. Them motherfuckers gonna be crazy out there in Boone.
I thought about it.
Listen, it's gonna be drunk white girls all over the place. Let me. I don't like white girls like that, but I'm just saying, like, but that's a fact. It is like them motherfuckers gonna like. Listen, and not just drunk white girls. There's gonna be some crazy ass drunk white boys out there, and that might not be the place for me because it's gonna probably be some.
I don't know.
Some N-bombs dropped in all kind of shit.
Possibly, potentially, but
yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, Lee Corso and Kurt Hershey gonna have the motherfuckers out.
I know.
They gonna have them out, bro. They about to go crazy. I can't wait for Saturday morning. Yeah.
Guess what my Saturday morning is gonna be?
Yeah. It's up in the air. It's a flip of a coin.
It's up in there. You're right. Y'all don't know. Listen, OG made a call. His wife said,
her face was priceless. Her freaking face was priceless. As soon as you asked that question, I locked in. What we doing Saturday? What time? When we leaving? I locked in on her instantly.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I'm on one accord. I'm like, okay, all right. After this funeral Friday, we getting the fuck up out of there.
Yeah.
That motherfucker was like, well, we might as well stick around. Leave Saturday morning, you can see some family. I'm like, Daddy.
He going down memory lane too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean?
You ain't seen your family in 30. I'm like,
exactly,
30 years.
exactly.
It's been very more recent than that. 30 years?
Well, you know how they give it up, man. You know how to
30. You know how old I was 30 years.
I get it,
like,
but
that's what I'm saying. Like,
but it might come a time where you asking your babies, y'all remember Dre or later on. I doubt it, but I'm just saying you gonna remember it vividly, right. And they're gonna be like, what? Huh?
Yeah.
Who?
We gonna say this conversation. I feel like it's a good conversation. For the motherfuckers that skip sports, they ain't gonna hear this shit. So yeah, we gonna move on. What else in college football?
So we talked about Notre Dame.
Did we?
We talked about we talked about Notre Dame as far as it being a shocker, because I asked you.
Okay, it's a shocker. I think you and I feel the same way about Notre Dame. Every year they are a fluke.
It's the Dallas Cowboys of college football.
Right. They are a fluke. And this year is a little different because I hate for it to be a black man there and what's happening is happening.
Facts.
Because it's a proven fact how they give it up when it comes to black coaches, head coaches versus the white head coaches.
Yeah. It is, because we talk about Tyrone Willingham,
right,
versus a clown like Charlie Weiss, and how long he was able to stay there, and it's just like, all right, bro, like,
right.
But we know what time it is. We know what's going on, man. We know about the have and the have-nots and privilege and shit like that. So we don't have to go into that. So
right.
I'm with you on that, dog.
Yeah.
The bottom line is we need to, like we talked about on Aries Sports Talking Podcast, which you guys need to also tune in. Reg and Smurf, man, they giving it up on there, man, and I listen week in, week out. So make sure that y'all tap into that as well. The bottom line is we need to stop putting these teams on a pedestal. And like I said before on that, like, a lot of these teams, a lot of these programs are still living off of the past glory, man.
Yes.
The past.
Yeah.
No. Put motherfuckers where they at. Carolina is not a good school because of the past. No, bitch, we busting your ass year in, year out.
Right.
We are. We gonna bust your ass year in, year out. It's earned.
There's a lot of motherfuckers don't give us our flowers like they should. Why? Because recruiting wise, and then you have casual sports fans when they'll be like, oh, well, Duke is the premier school in North Carolina. Why would you tell me that? Because you don't know nothing about sports, period. Okay, Duke is a premier school when it comes to recruits and who they have on the roster. But when you start talking to me about wins, championships, ACC championships,
what are you talking about?
Duke ain't premier.
What are you talking about?
They're not premier. So, you know what I'm saying? And so a lot of
respect.
Duke
you have to respect.
Right. They do their thing, but
definitely a blue blood.
You can never say Duke is in a class above, in their own.
Like,
no.
Get the fuck out of here.
No, not at all.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
And then if you want to even look at championships from, let's go 20 years back.
Okay. Oh, it ain't. No.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Let's not do that.
What is you talking about?
What are we on, a 4 to 5 year average?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Final four.
Yeah, exactly.
Basketball? Okay.
And with not as many number 1 5-star recruits,
nowhere near.
number 1 draft.
It's not even close.
When you look at how many win in the first round,
it's not close.
Oh, how many number 1 draft picks? Like,
it's not close.
So, and you get the same output and better.
Yeah.
Stop playing with me.
Yeah.
Listen. When y'all talk about basketball, college basketball, Y'all better put some respect on North Carolina's name.
Bow down,
This
motherfucker.
listen. And we got
You ain't have to point it.
we got
shit.
live coming up on September 30.
In there like swimwear.
Yes, sir. Listen, we bringing this season in right. But yeah, so as you said, yeah, a lot of these teams are living off past glory. Notre Dame is far and is a big distance between them and everybody else behind them because there's no other team that lives off of just the prestige and past glory like Notre Dame. College football, growing up, Nebraska was a powerhouse. Penn State was a powerhouse. Florida State was a powerhouse. Miami was a powerhouse. There was powerhouses, and there's only one that they're still talking about every year
USC.
in out. USC was a power, but USC came probably 2000s. Like
No, not even 2000s. You got.
Oh yeah, in the 90s.
Keyshawn
Yeah.
Johnson,
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. So I mean, and there's only one they're still talking about, and that's Notre Dame.
Yeah, shit.
And Notre Dame, when Notre Dame won the national championship last time, what was the national championship team?
Yeah, I don't know.
Me neither. And when I go back through I'm pretty good with like past championships,
too.
but Notre Dame is a blank.
Man, cut it out.
A blank.
Cut it out.
I would go back to. Give me a name. Tim Brown, maybe.
As far as like that,
and
No.
even championship team was it? Ooh,
no. Manti Te'o, them boys,
but they was tough. They went to the championship, but they ain't win.
and they got their ass.
They
whipped
got
by Alabama.
Listen, Alabama made them look like JV.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even like that team. I don't like that team because I felt like the difference between them and Alabama was astronomical.
Yeah.
That was astronomical. The difference between them, because you can't even name outside of Manti Te'o, name somebody else on the Alabama team. In offense, you can name the quarterback, but the quarterback, I forgot his name. That motherfucker went to the MLB. He's a pitcher in baseball.
Is he?
I forgot his name. We'll bring it up later. But
so the last time they went, 2013 is the last time that they went to the national championship,
and that was Manti Te'o, right?
That was Manti Te'o and the boys. Now, what is it?
Samardzija.
No, he was a receiver. Jeff Samardzija. I know Jeff Samardzija.
Okay, I'm sorry. So he was receiver.
The quarterback.
Brady Quinn was a quarterback. Samardzija turned into
a pitcher for the
Cubs.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
He's a receiver. Now Jeff Samardzija was a dog. Jeff Samardzija was a dog at receiver. He
did not make it to the league.
Well, football money as opposed to baseball money.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
It's not even close.
You're absolutely right. But Brady Quinn made it to the NFL too.
Man.
And played a year or two. Man, I mean, he's a back. He wasn't even a solid backup. But when the last time they won a national championship? Notre Dame.
I'll check right now.
That's crazy that we even have to think about it and Google it. That's crazy.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
That's crazy.
Shit.
But while he's looking up, listen, the past glory thing, is rampant.
1988, where it says
are you serious?
Listen, it says claim national titles and unclaimed. What the fuck is an unclaimed national title?
It might have been vacated, maybe.
From who? For what?
I don't know.
Either way,
that's a good question.
The unclaimed national title, the last one was 2012. Cut it out.
No, I'm not going with that.
Unclaimed.
Might have been vacated because USC might have vacated one, but it's still there. That Michigan team might have vacated a national championship. The one in the early 2010s, Louisville might have vacated a. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I can't. I don't. You'd have to tell me what 2012 Notre Dame team vacated a championship. It ain't nah. Let's get out of here though. We're gonna get out of sports. So those of y'all that powered through the sports that don't like sports. And we're gonna talk about some shit we don't really care about, but I was about to say we don't care about, but we care about, but we don't really care about. And it's kind of entertainment because this ain't an entertainment podcast. We don't really dibble and dabble into the celebrity gossip and all that other shit, but we do talk about it. The Little Mermaid trailer.
Yeah.
I did post about that earlier.
Okay.
It's crazy that now that the Little Mermaid is black, people have
backlash.
They have opinionated reviews on it and opinionated opinions on it, and it's an outcry or an uproar about it.
Uproar, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's an animated cartoon.
Okay.
It's
made up.
That serious? Is it sacred? It ain't. I guess for some it might be sacred, but it ain't like. But that shows you how far we still got to go.
This is what I think. I think which one is it? Is it Haley or Chloe? Bailey. Which one is it?
I want to say Chloe.
All right. Shout out to her for for her being able to play a part that she probably grew up on, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And we have no idea, but I can only imagine what that means for her. As far as being a woman, or being or once upon a time being a young girl, looking at the Little Mermaid and admiring this character, only for her to reenact it.
Right.
You feel me? Like that's major. That's major.
Right.
But the backlash recedes from just a fucking trailer. We haven't even seen the fucking movie. The movie doesn't come out till May of 2023.
Right.
The backlash that she has received or Disney has received from that it's just crazy to me, man. And this is a made up character, dog. Unless we have so far to go. Right.
Yeah.
And that's why I want to talk about it. Like, at the end of the day, this is a beautiful young lady. This is a beautiful young black woman.
I think that's the biggest part of it.
Yeah, no question. That is
because when you look at the movie, you hear a voice and you see it could have been a white character.
Yeah.
And a black voice. You think they would have felt the same way? Fuck no. Why? Because it's a white character face.
Right.
But you're gonna give her, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like it's undeserved.
Is again, you hit the nail on the coffin when you said, how far we are, how far we have to go as a society, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay for change. Change is good. Growth. You know what I mean? Disney hit it perfectly.
You are right.
They know what the fuck going on. Disney know what the fuck going on, right? Yeah, they rolling the dice as far as what quote unquote white America says, but when it boils down to it, who else could have been better for that? It's perfect, up and coming,
right?
Respected, a dog. When it comes down to this singing shit, when it comes out of this performance shit,
you're absolutely right.
To me, it's genius.
And Disney know their audience.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Like, so yeah, so like,
what's the big fucking deal? We're talking about fucking mermaids
in a cartoon, like
fucking mermaids.
you know, I don't know. We'll leave that alone because we'll get like real political and really digging into like the difference between the white and the black side of like we said, like there, if this was a Little Mermaid and she had white skin or light skin,
Oh my god,
it wouldn't be an issue
at all.
But you got the same voiceover, it's not a problem,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Because no one would know. But then you make the Little Mermaid light skin or a darker tone of skin, and then okay, she looks like her. The person that's doing a voiceover, it's an issue. This motherfucker would have never said nothing. It was anybody else. A Hannah Montana.
That's the first thing I thought about.
Miley Cyrus. Anybody's motherfucker. Right. Like, so I mean,
give me a break.
Mississippi Water.
Yeah.
Dog, when I look at these videos and these motherfuckers turn their faucet on,
like fucking
and
coffee.
That shit is, like you said, coffee or mud water. That shit is fucking insane. And then when you think about the same shit like that's been going on in damn Detroit, Flint for X amount of years now,
right?
It's crazy.
But what's crazy is that I was reading a article yesterday, and it was saying that as of yesterday that Jackson, Mississippi as a whole ran out of bottled water. How the fuck does that happen?
You know,
how does that happen?
I know a couple people in Jackson either, and I just never thought to like, I'm gonna do that shit tomorrow.
What?
Like just texting like, yo, what's good with you? How you doing?
Well, I have been, because one of my best friends, his family is from Well, he's from Jackson. Shout out to Slick P, my man Torrance. But I checked on him last week, and he moves his family from Mississippi to Texas behind that shit. Right. He everybody's in good spirits, but to have to move your parents from one state to the next, we're talking about 5-6 hours away.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Why the fuck? That should be numero uno as far as what we got going on at home.
I need to check on my people.
Yeah, man.
Well, ain't my people, but it's too. But yeah, like it was close.
Yeah,
like
check on
people
your
I met.
Though.
I do know somebody in Vicksburg, but they ain't really said nothing. Vicksburg it ain't that far from Jackson, but
Jackson is 80% black.
By
the way.
Wow. But it once again, it just lets you know and shows you where we are on that hierarchy when it comes to that. Because I guarantee you, the upper class, whoever the upper class is, I'm not even gonna say upper class white, whoever the upper class is, I guarantee you they would look all right. They're whatever they're dealing with ain't the same. And then not only is Mississippi dealing with that shit, here's something else. Look at this shit that's going on with the Brett Favre shit and whatever else they got going on.
I saw that. You want to speak on that?
Let's speak on it. Like, I mean, you might know a little more because I saw it, but I didn't dig deep into it. But I do know like it's some foul shit going on because it is more political. And as we tend to say here and there haves and have-nots, and then what the haves want to allocate money for and take care of, and say, hell, okay, well, look, like, so if you are a millionaire and your city is like hurting, whatever you deem like you want to put money into, that's what the haves are saying, you know what I'm saying? But that ain't conducive to your city or how you want to help your city out. But you know what I'm saying? Like that shit is crazy in general, because you got a lot of money going into a volleyball court or a volleyball stadium or whatever that shit is they got going on in there. Like, it's crazy.
So basically, text messages show that Brett Favre is involved, the former quarterback, or the world-renowned Brett Favre,
Hall of Famer.
Right. Known for pushing, millions in welfare money to pay for a volleyball facility at his daughter's school. You fucking kidding me?
Brett Favre, you can't take away accolades past all the other shit, but it really makes you look at a lot of this shit, like far as him different. You can't take away anything he's done professionally or on any level.
Right.
But as a human, you're a piece of shit.
It's wild.
You're a piece of shit. And so now think about this. When we talking about this, we talking about Flint Water, Dre. How, when they talk about Michigan basketball, Michigan State basketball, what's the name that comes to mind?
When I think Michigan State basketball?
Yeah, and just them dudes that come from Michigan and they go to Michigan State.
Players or
Michigan State or Michigan. Not players, but just like what they call in general. They call them motherfuckers the Flintstones.
Do they?
Okay. It's a lot of Michigan State basketball players that's done made it professional, pro somewhere here and there.
Okay.
Do you think they giving back to that city like they should be, for them to have water that's fucked up like it is? Because when you talk about Flintstones, you talk about Draymond Green, you talk about Mateen Cleaves. It's a whole lot of other names.
Right. I don't know. I don't know what they do for the community.
We're gonna look in that next episode, y'all.
I don't know. So I don't wanna talk down on no guys. But I understand why you're saying what you're saying. I'm not gonna put the onus on them though. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that.
So imagine you making it big, right? Durham hurting.
Yeah.
Especially a sector that you grew up in.
Yeah. Cheek Road.
It's hurting.
Okay.
I mean, and it is
Cheek Road stand up.
Right.
One time for the one time.
It's a big whatever. And you have when these motherfuckers point out names, they talking about Draymond Green, they talking about Mateen Cleaves, they talking about this, that, da. Some of these players that may have made it either pro or semi-pro.
Yeah.
But next week, y'all, we'll get back to this on that sports topic anyway. This Memphis shooting.
Okay.
I'm not even I really don't even say this dude's name. I'll just say Ezekiel, because that was his name.
Right, first name.
That shit was wild. And just to even look at the past history to where he was arrested. And there's one thing I don't understand. Like, if such and such happen to do a crime, and well, I'm not gonna say I don't understand. I think it's the stupidest thing possible. If let's just say we're gonna say Joe. Joe went into Walmart with a semi-automatic rifle, right?
All right.
And Joe just unloaded, right?
Okay.
Joe can either plead guilty or plead innocent, right? So if
he could do more than that.
Yeah, he can. But so if Joe says, you know what, I'm going to plead guilty for a lesser charge, and I'm going to tell or explain why I did it or whatever else. Because there are family members that may want to know, well, why'd you kill Reggie? Why'd you kill Andre? Like, they wasn't doing it. They was just in the food court, blah, 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 whatever else. Supposedly it's bringing closure to this family, right? So Joe is doing all this shit to appease family members or whatever else. And in conjunction with that, okay, Joe's gonna get a lesser charge. Joe may be facing life. Well, let's say Joe is facing 50 to life, right? But being that Joe pleaded guilty and then agreed to the terms to tell why he did it, Joe 50 to life turned into 15 to 25. But Joe did that shit.
Okay.
So, and that was an exaggeration. So Ezekiel, he did whatever the fuck he did, but he pleaded guilty for a lesser charge, right?
Right.
And ended up only doing like a year and a half. Got out, and now he's riding through Memphis, going in the auto zone, blip, 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 blip. Getting back in his car, riding around, doing whatever the fuck he's doing, you know what I'm saying, killing other people.
Okay.
That shit makes no sense to me at all. To pleading to a lesser charge, just even though you're guilty, I can plead guilty instead of. So me pleading guilty means, okay, we don't have to go to court for this other shit.
Right.
If I say I'm innocent, I plead innocent, even though I'm guilty than a motherfucker. These motherfuckers can prove I'm innocent, but if I go ahead and plead guilty, I'm going to take a lesser charge, and we don't have to go through the whole rigmarole of 2, 3, 4, 5 month court case,
right,
or longer, depending on who you are and how profile that shit is.
Right.
And that's basically what he was, because he did some shit and he pleaded guilty and he got a lesser charge, and the lesser charge got him out of jail a lot earlier than what he was supposed to be. And now this motherfucker is on the streets shooting people.
I don't know what to say, bro. I mean,
but how wild does it sound, though? That's what I'm saying. Like, even so, when you think about it, outside of him, our court system, jurisdiction system, like, it's fucked up, because if you was to do some shit, you can plead guilty and make the lawyer's job easier. Like, they ain't got to go to court and prove this, prove that.
well, they got to go to court, but they don't have to. They don't have to necessarily do all
right. They don't have to prove any of this shit, because I'm gonna plead guilty for a lesser charge.
Right.
So you're like I said, your 50 to life sentence might end up being a 10 to 25.
Right. Okay.
And then guess what? They might say, hey, you're 10 to 25. We're going to give you a parole. You're eligible for parole in 10.
Okay.
Well, 5 to 10.
Okay.
So you done killed 5 motherfuckers, and you escaped the 50 to life. You're doing a 10 to 25, but guess what? On good conduct, if your shit looking good, you're not, as a black man, you're not going to get parole on 5, but they might say, okay, you're paroled 5 to 10 or 5 to 15. Anywhere in that 5 to 15, 10, depending on what you do, how you do it, who you meet. Hell, you might get a presidential pardon, depending on what the motherfucker, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You on the streets.
Yeah. We both know that the judicial system is fucked up, and it's
right, it's full of shit.
Yeah, it's not in anyone's favor. It's definitely not in our favor. So I'm not even gonna speak on that.
But I just think that shit is wild. Like how just him recording himself on Facebook Live, riding around shooting people. The main video they showed him walking in. I don't know if it's the AutoZone or Advanced Auto Parts. I think it was the AutoZone. And he was talking to whoever he was before he walked in there, and it was just like pat, 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 pat.
Yeah, he was talking. He was like, "Yeah, I'm about to show y'all this shit real." Blah blah blah. He went in there and let go and just went crazy
and walked the fuck out like it wasn't nothing.
Yeah,
that shit's wild. And I guess that will lead into PNB Rock. Rest in peace. Right. I was not a big PNB Rock fan. A couple songs I listened to, but it's nothing I would never like. We gotta listen to this. This is but condolences to him and his family. Just the whole situation and circumstances is crazy in itself. He was at Roscoe Chicken and Waffles, and I'm not even gonna speak on the girlfriend part because I don't like that shit at all.
She's stupid.
Yeah, well, we can get into that. There was an attempted robbery, and it's not known whether he complied or was uncompliant. It don't matter. He was shot and killed.
Right.
Which is not good. And what's even nastier about it is that there were people actually recording it. You know what I'm saying? Him laying on the ground, bleeding out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And people, I guess trying to keep him awake, alive, waiting on, EMS or whatever else to show up. So let's go back a week. There was a young lady that committed suicide, right? She was a personal trainer. Her name was Raven. She was dating or with a rapper called 600 Breezy or whatever.
Yeah, 600 Breezy. Yeah.
So she committed suicide, right? Apparently she sent him a text message detailing everything and why she was going, to kill herself. And this guy had the audacity to, I don't know if he gave that to CMZ or whoever else, or posted it on his shit, and then they, reposted it, whatever else. But like, where are we at as a society to where, let's just say a lady that you was dating or I was dating was, whatever's going, because so as you know, and I know, like when someone is going through something and they're feeling suicidal or whatever else, it's a lot of different things going on, and they always reach out. They reach out, whether you realize it or you don't realize it. Like
you saying signs.
Yeah, the signs. It's always a reach out. It can be noticeable, it can be unnoticeable. But if someone sends you a text message, especially someone that's close to you and you love, and they decide to, and they, and it's basically like a suicide letter, they kill themselves.
Yeah.
Do you post that shit?
No.
Do you sell it to blogs, TMZ, to like that? So that shit is wild to me. Like, it's crazy. As a father, if that was my daughter, me and 600 BZ got problems. I might try to kill this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I get it.
She felt a certain way. She loved you.
Mm-hmm.
She texted you, told you how she felt.
Mm-hmm.
She felt suicidal, and then she killed herself. And you got the motherfucking audacity to post this shit on, you know what I'm saying? And then gonna say, suicide is real, mental health is real. Nigga, you can do that shit without posting, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I agree, man. I agree. I would never do that. I would never, but I don't know. I'm not at liberty to say what his reasons were, but I know what it looks like, and it does not look like it's just off of my thoughts. Like, it seems all monetary.
Exactly. Because when you think about it, do you know who a fucking 600 Breezy is?
I do know who 600 Breezy is.
You do, but do you think a casual might know who 600 Breezy is?
Who?
A casual. Someone that listens to rap, like listen to let's say they listen to a top 20, top 25.
He's not
like
a Billboard artist, though.
Yeah, exactly. So that might be a little more, recognition for him. But let's jump back to PNB Rock. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, someone just recording his, him laying on the ground, bleeding out. We're in these days now to where, if you think about it, a motherfucker's more worried about selling a video to TMZ or whoever else, to all these blogs, just say, I was the first one to post it and maybe get potentially paid off that shit. Right. If you was into, you know what I'm saying, like, you got into some shit and you had a name, right. You know what I'm saying? These niggas would, like, a lot of niggas out here would rather record you getting killed,
right,
than to do anything else.
Right. It's true.
You saw the video, right?
I did not. I don't want to see
it. Like,
maybe I'll take a look at it when we get off here, but
nah, I mean,
I haven't seen the video.
You see him on the ground, it's crazy that someone would, like, actually film that, and then post it. But like I said, I mean, we're in those times and days. So let's get into he was out at Roscoe's. And this particular Roscoe's, you've been to Cali, I've been to Cali.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've never heard of this Roscoe's.
I have.
But from what I, was reading online, like, a lot of people haven't heard of this one. But the area that this Roscoe's is in, it ain't really the Roscoe's.
It's in South Central, bro. Like, if you ain't affiliated with it, if you ain't from around there, bro, don't go around it.
Absolutely.
Period.
So, yeah. But he was dripped. He had everything on. He had all his ice on. And there's a whole bunch of backstory to it. His a week before, his someone tried to rob him while he was out with his lady and his children.
Right.
It didn't happen. He also did an interview saying, I don't allow my lady to have social media because she's kind of, quote unquote, reckless with it. She posts a lot of pictures, she posts a lot of locations, blah, 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 whatever else.
I didn't know that.
And he did it with academics. And so the one time he did, she got her phone, she posted a location. Within 20, 25 minutes,
Yep.
Niggas is trying to rob him. He's dead. I don't want to blame her for nothing. Because I honestly feel like if niggas got to drop on you, they got to drop on you.
Period.
If you flashy, you looking like that, depending on where you at, niggas is always like they might follow you, they might sit on you for a day or two,
Right.
see where you at, what you doing, and whatever else. We know Cali is different from a lot of these other places. New York is different from a lot of other places. Atlanta's getting the same way. Like, but Cali is one of them states, depending on what area you're in, that these niggas is in broad daylight. They putting a gun in your mouth.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So I don't want to put a lot of blame on her. Because who knows? When niggas got to drop on you, they got to drop on you.
Right.
It could have been off of her post, or it could have been that these niggas been following him for a day or two.
Could have been a nigga that's flipping waffles in the back, bro.
Right. That said, hey, this nigga in here, he's iced out.
You got one. Right.
And like we said, when niggas got to drop on you, they got to drop on you. You can have the best whatever. But it's always some point in time here and there where your guard is let down. You know what I'm saying? We've been to plenty of places that where I'm like, you know what? We good out here. But we may have not been.
Right.
We don't know.
Right.
Can I blame a woman? So we had a lady on last week that she's like, I'm always checking the scene. I'm observing this. I'm observing that. And it happens. But you have a lot of women that don't grow up in that environment, that mentality. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what the fuck is going on. Shout out to Cherie. I'll tell a quick story. Me and Cherie was in Atlanta a little while ago, and it was late night. She got hungry. She was like, I need to go get something to eat real quick. So I'm like, all right, let's go. You know what I'm saying? We ended up finding a food truck. And we out there chilling. This little ass beat up car pulls up. Nigga, it's like damn near like a movie. Nigga damn near kicked the door open.
Yeah.
Stepped out, standing there with his arms crossed, looking around and shit. You know what I'm saying? Slam the door, walk up to the line. He at the back of the line. He just like looking around. He looking mean. The nigga at the front of he was like at the front of the line, maybe two or three, you know what I'm saying? He's like, and my antenna's already up because the nigga ain't even cut his car off. He left the shit running, music blasting, you know what I'm saying? Cherie in line, and I'm just looking. So, I just turn around. I'm leaning up against the pole, looking,
right,
seeing what the fuck going on. And even, I already know where I'm at. I'm in Atlanta. So when we left, I already had my, my shit on me.
Gotcha.
So I'm looking, but she's standing in line like, it's not like, this nigga just pulled up, you know what I'm saying? But and a lot of other people was just in line like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing. But she understood, like she felt like, okay, that shit was kind of odd, but she ain't never been in that situation type of environment, you know what I'm saying, to where, oh, I need to turn around or even less, you know what, fuck this food. Let's get the fuck up out of here. You know what I'm saying? And it's only me and the old boy at the front of the line, he looking, I'm looking, because all of a sudden, like, I don't give a fuck about anything else going on. So the nigga leave, get in his car, pull out, leave. Long ass line, we in Atlanta. Probably about 4 minutes later, this nigga pull right back up. Same shit. So I'm really on edge now. I'm nervous. My heart beating. Cherie's still in line, like, I need my food. I'm good. I'm waiting. You know what I'm saying? Like, same nigga that got his food, he made an order. Now he's waiting. You know what I'm saying? Waiting for them to bring his food out. So, like, I can't really blame a lot of these women because a lot of these women have not, been through them trials and tribulations to where, what I'm saying, it's been some real shit that been on and motherfuckers has really been on them or been, what I'm saying? Like you might meet a lot of women or not a lot of women. You might go with a woman that's just happy to be out with you. Like, you know what? I ain't never had a man treat me like this before. Let me take this picture of this tomahawk steak that this nigga bought me at the chop house.
Yeah.
A nigga that you know that don't like you now.
Yeah.
He's like, what I'm saying, maybe later on, he's like, oh, that's Dre homegirl. I'm gonna follow her. Oh shit, she just posted tomahawk steak. Oh, they at the chop house. Let me see what the fuck going on. You know what I'm saying?
Bottom line is so the stature, like hit PNB Rock and the type of stature that he has. I understand where you get that. I think it definitely could have been, some precautions taking place or put in place. I'm not gonna blame her for it, like you said, I'm not gonna blame her for it. But also too, like from a person of his stature being where he was and where he would. Yeah, well, yeah. PNB Rock.
Yeah.
Bottom line up front is that he got caught slipping. I'm not gonna blame her because we don't know what happened, what didn't happen, but I will say that when it boils down to the social media and having a following like what he had, that probably wasn't the greatest idea. And I'll leave it at that. No point in going down a rabbit hole.
True. Well, so one thing I will say that I don't think happened in general. I don't think she set him up.
No. Fuck.
I don't think she set him up at all. At all. And I can't blame a woman because women do it all the time. They in some nice shit. They looking good. They're gonna take a picture. They might post a location. Like, so yeah, I can't blame her for none of this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know the internet and social media is just, well, not the internet, but social media is killing her in general. You know what I'm saying? She got him killed. She set him up. Like, it's a bunch of shit out there. Like,
Man,
yeah.
Talking about this, dog. That's crazy. We don't gotta talk about that.
Let's get out of here.
That. And that's just stupid.
So here's one, Elizabeth.
Queen Elizabeth?
Who's queen?
A queen.
All right, so she passed away, right? I posted some shit on my page, on my Facebook page, and even to this day, like, it's still motherfuckers commenting like that may not seen it back then, but there was a particular young I don't even know if I want to call her black.
Don't even give her the satisfaction or the gratification of even. It was a comment.
All right, it's a comment, but so we realize, and we probably already know this, but so it is black people that were born in the UK, Europe, or whatever else.
Plenty.
That you're right, plenty that don't see things the way we do or feel a certain type of way about Elizabeth that we do.
Okay.
As in, she might be a martyr. She might be the best thing since pants with pockets because of whatever else. But us Americans, maybe even Africans, see her in a different light.
All right. This is what I think about it. For those who who were impacted by this woman that passed away, Queen Elizabeth or whatever. First of all, let's not be insensitive and understanding that she had a family.
And she's a person.
She is a person. People are touched by who she is and the loss of her, right? But I understood what you were saying from a standpoint of Black American culture or Black culture as a whole. Just, and I won't go into detail, but some of the things that are in the media or that you can read up on, you can Google about this woman were not in our favor as Black people. So I understood where you were coming from your post, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what I did not understand is that for someone to say that you were ignorant about your post and asking why us as a Black culture, especially, I think you put emphasis on Blacks in America, right? I don't understand why that was a big deal. First of all, we live here. She does not live here. She has nothing to do with our government, with how we run things or anything like
even American culture in general.
Yeah, right. She doesn't. Excuse me. So for that, you're entitled to your own opinion.
Right.
So for you to be called insensitive or ignorant or closed-minded or enslaved or whatever.
Closed-minded, enslaved.
Yeah, like
there was another word I forgot. It was it was low-key racist.
It doesn't matter. The bottom line is that we're not in touch with what happens in the UK because we're not from the fucking UK.
And so, and here's a long-standing question: when does a queen from some other country become a queen? Because even if you look at like what's going on right now, they have a big presence in the Caribbeans, in the islands, because why? They invaded these islands. So, for instance, let's say Jamaica right now.
Okay.
Jamaica is on a 7-day hiatus from tourism, all this other shit, and observance because of Elizabeth.
Yeah.
But like I know, if anyone does their history or research, like the islands are some of the first places that Europeans invaded and took over. And of course, how did Black people get there? Slave trades, slave boats, all this other shit. So the islands are filled with Black Americans. Actually, I'm not sorry, Americans, but Blacks. Jamaica in general. So their queen might be Elizabeth, but it's not. It's kind of like
by default.
By default, and it was because guess what? We are of. They might tell you they're of European descent
by default,
right? Because they don't know anything else different,
right?
And I was talking about somebody else about this today. African American is probably the most hated out of any other race or culture.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. You know, that's
Okay,
debatable.
so wait.
No. But I get why you're saying what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying I don't have that as being fact. I don't have a fact on that.
Mm-hmm.
But I understand why you're saying what you're saying. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Because guess what? European Black feels a certain way about you, right?
Yeah. No, I'm
absolutely.
I'm picking up what you put down.
Absolutely. All right.
I'm just saying I don't have facts.
But so no, well, so because you're well traveled.
Yeah.
So for our listeners or viewers that might not be well traveled, that may have never went out of the United States, they may not know that a European Black may come to America and look at us like, you know what I'm saying? Just like there's a lot of
it ain't even just European.
Yeah, but so that's where I'm going. So just like there's a lot of motherfuckers who be like, you know what? Fuck America. We might as well go back to Africa and blah 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 blah. It ain't that easy. Guess why? Because Africans look at us different.
Right.
Africans look at African Americans different. Some of them, Haitians, when you go to Haiti,
Right.
They don't fuck with us. They don't like us like that.
At the end of the day, I know for the most part, I know my heritage. I know where I come from.
Right.
I know why my name is Andre Pierre. I know why my family has majority of my family has French names. I know that. I know, right? I know, right? Now, excuse me. And it ain't because of no Creole or no bullshit, no shit like that. I ain't gonna call it bullshit. But I know where I come from. Right. I know why I look the way I look. So yeah, you're right. Like it's not at the term or us as people, African American, it's not really accepted
right
in the world, like for real. So
and it's eye-opening to where we even have to feel like, that we say that, but whatever. But yeah, that was you know what? I was about to say that was shit that we don't care about, but here's some other shit that we probably really don't care about that we're gonna talk about real quick. So, Lyricist of the Year, BET.
all right.
And we're gonna get the fuck up out of here.
Yeah.
Lyricist of the Year.
Yeah.
Baby Keem. All right. Let me start over. Baby Keem.
All right.
Benny the Butcher.
Okay, Benny.
Drake. J. Cole. Jack Harlow. Jay-Z. Kendrick. Those are your Lyricists of the Year nominees on a BET platform.
All right.
React. What's your thoughts? I'm gonna go with you. Baby Keem, Benny, Drake, Cole, Jack Harlow, Jay-Z, Kendrick.
I feel like Baby King and Jay-Z should not be in the same category for anything. I feel like BET and Jack Harlow does not go together. I don't give a fuck how many hip hop songs he makes. I don't have a problem with Jack Harlow.
Me neither, but should he be in the same category as a Jay-Z or Cole or Drake?
He should not be in the same category as anybody that's not fucking
lyricist.
He's not fucking black.
Okay.
That's the way I feel about it.
Okay.
And no shot at Eminem, no shot at any white lyricist.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But that's just the way I felt for a very long time. It just does not make sense to me.
All right.
This is something that was made for us, by us. What the fuck? Right? Like, so, like, it don't make sense to me.
Are you close to saying Culture Vulture?
Is he? Am I saying?
Are you close to it? He might not be.
Not when it comes to Jack Harlow.
Okay, all right.
Or at the end of the day, I don't know his upbringing. I don't know what
does a hit song make you a Lyricist of the Year? And we can only say First Class for Jack Harlow. Name another Jack Harlow besides the Drake song. Name another Jack Harlow song in the last year that will make you say Lyricist of the Year. Personally, and you listen to music just like I listen to music.
Yeah, personally, I can't. Personally, I can't.
Even off his album.
Personally, I can't. The point that I'm making is that no, you're right. One track can't make you. It's all about propaganda when it comes down to BET at this point, right?
So we can take Hov off this list too, right?
Lyricist of the Year.
Oh, for one, because he only released one verse.
Yeah, I'm with you. I agree.
And I'm hard pressed. I mean, we might say, listen, this ain't Jay-Z's best verse that he's ever delivered.
Right.
Is it a best verse of the year?
No.
Okay.
No. No, no. So what is J. Cole? Is J. Cole is it off the Benny the Butcher song? Is that what it is? Because I don't know. I don't pay attention to shit like that. Is it off of that?
So if you're gonna ask me, I would take Baby Keem off. I would take.
Yeah, I got you. I'm saying, but is that what the song is? I
Well,
wanna know.
if I would go Cole, I would say the
What?
song with Benny.
Yeah, no, I don't. I'm not asking what you think. I'm asking what they're basing it off of.
Well, I guess it's just in general. Lyricists like delivered the best, overall.
So I'm about to look it up because they're going off of something.
Yeah, I would think it would be. I would think it would be overall because Jay-Z has only released one verse within the last year. You can't name another song that Jay-Z did. But for the others, Baby Keem hasn't released that Family Ties. I won't think that's this year.
I don't know what that is.
Jack Harlow, this whole album, I can't give him a lyricist of the year off of that album. For me, Kendrick album it gets better. It gets better monthly for me. But I don't like lyricists, nah. Cole, I would have to look at body of work. And that's body of work for Kendrick and body of work for Benny. So anybody outside of Kendrick, Cole, Benny gotta go for me. They gotta go. I would throw in Pusha, I would throw in Conway, I would throw in Ransom, but Ransom not gonna get that play because he's not mainstream like them. Three off the top of my head for Cole is the Johnny P's Caddy, the song with Bia, and hell, the verse off of Stick on the Stick. What's that? The compilation of the Gangsta Girls thing. Stick. The other song, he got like 2 or 3 verses on there. So for me, Cole is solidified on there. Benny, I could argue. Kendrick, I could argue album wise. But I would have to throw other ones up there.
Mm-hmm.
Jay, I like the God Dead, but Jay was talking his shit, and I think that was for me, that was light Jay.
Right.
Versus, what I could pull up from other, category. I'm with you. Jack Harlow, get them the fuck out of here. Baby Keem, what?
I don't even know.
For them to put Baby Keem and Jack Harlow in the same category with a Drake, Cole, Jay, it's crazy to me.
That's what I was saying.
Benny, borderline. Benny, you know what I'm saying? But we know Benny get busy.
Yeah.
But if Benny's pushing it, then what are you talking to me about a lyricist for Jack Harlow and Baby Keem?
If Baby Keem walk, and I know this isn't, they're not going off of it.
Yeah, popularity contest.
Yeah, but if Baby Keem walked past me right now, would not be.
You would recognize Jack Harlow before Baby Keem.
Yeah, I don't know what the.
But lyric wise, you tell both nigga, get the fuck out of here, get out of my face.
Beat it.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, beat it.
No, I'm with you on the list as far as in BET saying this is, but there was a list. They said for Jack Harlow and Baby Keem to be over Joey Badass, which I do realize. I think Joey Badass had a decent project.
Yeah, he did.
And lyricist wise, he's better than both of them. Joey Badass, Conway, niggas even said Boldy James. Pusha is definitely in that category. Lyricist wise, JID, this JID album is solid.
Yeah.
Even this Rock Marciano that just came out, like lyricist wise, like it just, I'm like, I don't.
Joke. At this point, it's a joke.
It is a joke, and I feel like it's like, okay, we gotta put some of your mainstream in there. Your Cole, your Jay-Z, your Drake, which I don't know why Drake is in there, because Drake only released a dance album. You know what I'm saying? So Drake, so for instance, for me, it's only Cole and Benny. Because Drake released a pop album.
Yeah.
And the rest are okay fillers.
You said Cole and Benny?
Yeah, Cole and Benny.
Yeah.
10 to 12 2 is tough to me still right now.
Yes,
but I got, I don't know. Listen, it might be my North Carolina bias. It might be my North Carolina bias. But when y'all listen to that Johnny P. Caddy and y'all listen to
Kendrick's gonna win.
Yeah. I think it's whoever shows up to actually accept the award.
Kendrick's gonna win.
Yeah.
I think.
And rightfully so. Well, not rightfully so. No, I'm not gonna say that over
Kendrick's gonna win,
because I think that Johnny P. Caddy stick. It's a lot like, oh my God. Even when we play back, they're gonna think we just pro Carolina.
Yeah,
but when we listen to the Cole verse, she was like, this nigga was talking about ions and blah blah blah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but
Kendrick's gonna win.
That kid, but by the way, for me, that Kendrick album gets better by the month. Like I
haven't revisited it,
but
it is.
I revisit a lot of them, but it gets better for me by the month. But for argument's sake, we going this is something I want to talk about. Someone sent me this post, and it was a woman that posted this shit. She said women aren't obsessed. Well, no, I'm sorry. Let me start over. Men aren't obsessed with women anymore.
I don't even know what that means.
But so on the post where she said men aren't obsessed with women anymore, of course, it was a lot of women that commented, and one of the comments was because they like men. These niggas are gay these days. So it made me, when I saw that, it made me think about, a conversation that we've had plenty of times, and even a conversation we had this past weekend. A lot of these niggas realize their worth, their value, and who they are, and how they can maneuver in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've talked about this the last 2 or 3 weeks. You have haves and have-nots. You know what I'm saying? There are some niggas that settle for shit. There's some niggas that don't settle for shit. You know what I'm saying? You might look at a woman that's bad to this guy over here.
Okay.
And she might be all right, but you were like, you know what? Nah, Dre, that's borderline for Dre. Like, I'm used to
like Meg Thee
these
Stallion.
Motherfuckers here.
Like Meg Thee Stallion.
Right.
And I hate to name drop, but I'm using it as example.
Right. I'm used to these motherfuckers here. So guess what? He can have that because I'm not settled. Like that's my bad night. I need, I just need something to come through.
Oh no, I can't put Meg Thee Stallion.
No, you can't put Meg in that.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, so when I say have and have nots, like some of these niggas, like your bad night might be or your bad night, my bad night might be something that, somebody else is like, you know what?
That's a killer.
Yeah, that's my killer. But it might be a motherfucker for you. Like, you know what? I went to the club. Shit, it just happened like it wasn't no killers in there like I wanted. You know what? I'm gonna hit up such and such. You know, yo, what you up to? I'm on the way home. What you trying to get into?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, that's what. So when it comes to men aren't obsessed with, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these women will there's a lot of false perception on everybody's behalf. But when you want somebody to be obsessed with you, you want it on the opposite end too. Like, I'm not pumping into you and you're not pumping into me.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you telling me, like, I'm just supposed to worship the ground or earth you walk on because you're a woman? No. Like I said, you know your worth. I know my worth. Like, no, listen. I shouldn't feel honored to be in a relationship or have you in my presence as much as you should feel the same thing.
You're saying the feeling should be mutual.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay.
But I think we have like we have gotten to a society where it's a false perception of a lot of men should feel like they should be honored just for a woman to entertain them just because they're a woman. And we're definitely gonna get into this preference talk because that shit plays into this. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of women that just feel like just because you say hey to, like, hey, how you doing? Or you're Southern, I'm Southern.
Mm-hmm.
You might say, nah, baby, go ahead, or order. You know what I'm saying? It could be a woman you don't even know, but you're being a gentleman.
Yeah.
Sweetheart, baby, honey, whatever, or order. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, she's like, she's feeling some kind of way, you know, more on her high horse but you just being you. But her feeling like, nah, this nigga want me because I'm a woman, I'm this, I'm that. And all of a sudden, yeah, you call me baby too.
Yeah. I won't even today you get no pass. Today you're gonna get an ugly me because I'm, you know, when it boils down to it, I don't holler at women out and about. I feel like the big homie's gonna put whomever in your life. If you are out, if you are looking or whatever, actively looking or whatever, then I feel like the big homie's gonna put whomever in your life that's supposed to be in your life. So excuse me. So when it does go down like what you're saying, like when I'm just saying, honey, baby, sugar, whatever, hold the door, just speaking, saying hello, maybe because we call eyes, and you and you know, a woman decides that she's like, turn nose or whatever, you just a fucking asshole in my book. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
I don't necessarily believe into this whole men aren't obsessed, you know what I'm saying, with women like they used to. No,
it's on a case-by-case basis.
It's on a case-by-case basis. And for them to even think that, like, you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, like it depends, right? Stop, like, I don't know, like, I just don't like when I saw that saying. I was like, you know what I'm saying, men know their value a lot more these days. Like, there are a lot of men like that are out here that just they're naturally inclined to flashing money, showing money, getting attention by money. But more prevalent this week, Dre, Reg don't necessarily work by them means. Like, we ran into women this weekend, you know, and I was conversating with one, you know, with a group, and once you came over, from where you was at the bar, you came over, talked to me. I'm like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And one of the young women, she was like, y'all must want to pay our bill. No.
Right.
No. If I didn't know my value, my worth, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I just wanted attention from you that bad. Yeah, we would pay your bill. You know what I'm saying? But I don't get down like that. I don't have to do that.
I would never do that.
Right. But there are a lot of niggas like that don't, but they don't know their value or their worth. And they are kind of obsessed with women in a sense that we are not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never had to pay your tab. And I just start conversating with you. Why? Because we talk, we meet people, but you've been in here. I don't know how long you've been in here before I got here. I don't know what the fuck you ate, what you drunk, what you ordered, hookah, whatever else before I got in here.
That chick showed me that. She showed me that receipt. That shit was like $322.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, yeah. So stop playing with me. Right. But in the same thing, you might realize or say, you know what? You're a catch. But guess what? I'm a catch too. You know what I'm saying? So obsessed. Am I supposed to be obsessed with you as much as you are?
I'm not going to be obsessed with a fucking stranger.
Absolutely.
Period.
And not even just strangers. So even if it's like someone you like, listen, baby, you a catch, but I'm a catch too. Even if somebody like, stop playing with me. Now and that was the majority of our trip. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard. And I like for y'all dating, I understand, like, is when you go out to these big cities, Atlanta, Charlotte, Miami, Vegas, Houston, all these cities, like, men in general, for a lot of these women, you have to spend money to get their attention. Why? Because a lot of other men before you have done that, and that's what is suspected. We was in Atlanta, and the majority of the women we bumped into to where we was at a bar or at a table, we was eating, we was chilling, and if somebody next to us and we just started conversating, these women were out of town, and they felt the same way. Oh, I'm in Atlanta. These niggas big money. He got a nice chain on. He got a nice chain on. They look nice. They dress nice, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's the whole environment was weird to me. And even as saying like men aren't obsessed with women, I think men are, but I do think a lot of men have realized their worth, their goals, and what they want. Like, I'm never going to be at the mercy ever again, because I'm not gonna say I never have been, but I'm not going to be at the mercy of a woman ever in my life again. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I'm as much of a catch or whatever as this woman is, especially if we're entertaining each other like that. And that's that on that.
Right.
Let's talk about standards, man. Let's talk about standards. Let's talk about standards. Should I start with this video that I sent you?
You can.
So just to go back into context, there was 2 episodes ago, me and Dre was talking about things that we liked, and we kind of talked about well, in general, we talked about a weight limit on women, and Dre spoke about 200. He ain't seeing it. It ain't over here, and that's his preference.
Right.
And I fully respect that. Like,
right.
If that's what he liked, that's what he liked.
Right.
I don't remember in general, but I have dealt with a few women over, and I think I did say something to him about, hey, I've seen some, I've met some over 200, but and a lot of them, you know, I've dealt, I want to say with 2, maybe 3, but they were on the more fit side. They wasn't muscular or whatever else. So you know, it's something to deal with. And of course, we put a height limit on it because, listen, ladies, gentlemen, and I said that both, ladies and gentlemen, if you are a specific height and then a specific weight, this shit looks crazy. You cannot say, and let's just go, we'll go higher in first. Let's say you met a guy that was 7 foot tall. Let's say Check Holmgren, 7'2", 7'3", and let's say he's 210. He's slim as fuck, right? You're gonna body him up, right? He's small. He's a French fry, right? So if we go to the opposite end of that, if you see a guy that's 5'4", 5'5", 5'6", and he's over 220, 230, 240, he, if you know what I'm saying, he looks, I'm not gonna say he looks crazy, but he's a chubby, round kind of guy, right?
Okay.
I did my research. I actually because there was some comments. Our dear friend Aisha, I had a couple other people that reached out to me and said something about it. I looked, I did, you know, I hit my group chat. I asked, hey, if you had a preference on women, height wise, weight wise, whatever else, what would it be? There was only 1 out of like 8 that said, I'm good with anything over 200, depending on the height. There was only 1. And he said, you know what? I'm just looking for somebody that treats me well.
It's fine.
And all this other shit. That's fine.
I was talking about physical.
You're absolutely right. And a lot of, and he was the only one that don't care about physical attributes, right?
To each his own. I can't wait till you finish so I can say what I gotta say. This shit is burning my tongue.
So with that being said, I mean, everybody has their preference. These guys, I mean, the majority of them have their preferences. If people, yeah, and
what are you talking about in your group chat?
No. Just in general, people.
Right.
Because you're gonna run around like you're gonna meet a guy that says, you know what? Just like when we was talking about last week, when you said, you know, like you've met women that be like, you know what? I want me an ugly nigga. Like I know he ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it's a preference, but
some women, or some people don't want
Oh,
the person that everybody wants.
Yeah.
Like that's okay. Like it's all right.
Let me play this shit so we can get into it.
Men cannot come out and say a preference. It don't matter what it is. It could be weight, it could be color, it could be income, it could be hair length, it could be nails, it could be whatever he wants to say. If whoever he's alienating with that preference, it's gonna be think pieces written. He gonna get bashed. Oh my God, I can't believe you would say something like that. But when women come out and say, my man gotta be 6'2", my man gotta be chocolate, my man gotta be this. Men are not writing think pieces about that. We're not. We're not taking it that personal, especially if we didn't shoot at you directly. If I'm just scrolling and reading tweets and I just see a random chick say, oh, okay, she like 6'2". Okay, cool. She only take good to me anyway. Let me keep scrolling. That's how most men are going to process that. Right. But women will literally stop and go, whoa, who is this? She don't even know them. She don't even know them. Mm-hmm. Wait, what do you mean that you don't like women that's so 210? Like, what the fuck is that? That's not your business.
So with that being said, I did hear some things, but it's crazy how men when they voice a preference and we good. Yeah, when men voice a preference, because me and Drake could have easily said, you know what, Drake could have said, you know what, anything over 2, I'm not fucking with, and I could have said anything that ain't, you know, that don't look fit over 2, I'm not fucking with. And anything under 140, 150, I'm not fucking with.
Right.
But we didn't say that. So but there is a higher end spectrum, a lower end spectrum, because Dre has a lower end spectrum that he ain't fucking with. I have a lower end spectrum that I ain't fucking with. But it just so happened to be that anything over 2 for him and whatever else for me, I said, yo, I met a girl that had the flabby arms and the back fat or whatever else. Like, I'm not dealing with a woman that looked like she got titties on her back if you look at her from the back.
Yeah.
That's just me. A lot of
Yeah.
niggas are like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? But to each his own, his preference. Like, some niggas might like that shit, but that ain't me. But there was a lot of not a lot of backlash. There was a couple people that, you know, multiple that hit us up about that.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Dre.
Listen, this is what I got to say. I don't give a fuck what nobody think about my preference. My preference is my preference. You don't know my past. You don't know what I've dealt with. You don't know what I'm going to, where I'm going. You don't know any of that. So I said what I said. I'm gonna stick on what the fuck I said. I got a preference. I like what I like. At the end of the day, at this point in my life, I'm dating. I'm courting for my forever. And if I want my forever to look a certain way, that's my fucking prerogative. Fuck you. I don't give a fuck who it is. Period. Like, I don't care, because we all have preferences. I don't give a shit. Right? It's gonna be something that you don't like about somebody that could possibly turn you away from that person. And because I said it on my fucking platform, by the way,
his platform.
Some shit I own, that we own, by the way. Like, if you got a problem with that, I'm sorry, man. Go kill yourself. I'm sorry. Not kill yourself, literally. Let me backtrack. Let me backtrack, because I don't play like that. Bottom line is, yo, I don't care about you know, what people have to say about my personal preference, because we all have it, dog. And when it comes down to it, whether it be a man, a woman, or whatever, you know, whether if what I said, you know, plus size women didn't like it. Oh. I'm sorry that you didn't like it. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you don't know me and I don't know you. Right. And at the end of the day, just because you may not fit the description on what I want my forever to be, or if I want my tomorrow night to be, you know what I mean? Just speaking hypothetically, it's okay. It's nothing wrong with that. Because guess what? Every woman don't like tall dudes with a motherfucking a chin strap that, you know what I mean? Like they don't have no hair. What am I going? I'm for every woman that wants. Guess what? You got braids, you got plaits, braids and shit, right? Guess what? It's women out here that want a man with a beard and plaits and don't fuck with a person that's got a bald head.
I had that want niggas this with low waves. Like,
I'm just saying,
you're absolutely
like so. But I'm not gonna be like, yo, what you got a problem with people that motherfucking got bald head? No, that just means I'm not your flavor. That's okay. So that I'm gonna look at the camera so that anybody that got anything to say about what my personal preference is, kiss my ass. I'm not gonna take it back. Take it back.
Listen,
that just means that I'm not for you. That's all it means. Who cares? Life goes on. Everybody is not for everybody. There's somebody for everybody. That just means that you aren't for me and I'm not for you. It's okay. It's all right. No. What world are we living in where, you know, where that's a thing? Like, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Like I thought about it after last week. I thought about it. And at the end of the day, yo, I'm unapologetic in what I say. I like what I like. Guess what? Even whether it be, it's all about preferences. We don't even got to talk about people. Guess what? It's some folks out there that love black Air Force Ones. You would never put another pair. You would never put. I've never owned a pair of black Air Force Ones ever. You would never put a pair of black Air Force Ones on your feet. So for the people that like black Air Force Ones,
No.
right? Are they supposed to like chime in or cancel us? I'm gonna say it, cancel us because we don't like fucking Air Force Ones, black Air Force Ones. No, that's your preference. That's my preference. You have yours. Get over it. Get over it. It is what it is. I said what I said. And if you don't like it, fight me. And I don't got nothing else to say until we close out after that. I'm sorry that you know what I mean, but I had to think about it, bro. Like, seriously. It doesn't, I'm not saying that but if you're a plus size woman that I don't find you attractive, that you aren't pretty, and that you aren't valued. I'm just saying at the end of the day, it's not necessarily my cup of tea in my life today. What I'm trying to do moving forward. I'm 37 years old.
Mm-hmm.
A woman in my life is potentially my forever.
So where we have gotten to in today's society is like
Fuck society.
Yeah, exactly. You can't say you as a man, you can't have a preference.
Crazy
you can't
hell,
talk
man.
about a woman. You can't say she's this, you can't say she's that. You can't have whatever. Which is crazy in itself because you know, me being 5'6", I've heard this shit all my life. Like women have had preferences. Women have said, "Oh, I need this nigga ain't 6 feet. He ain't this. When I was whatever, you gotta be two something to do something. You gotta have, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be two something to do something. You gotta, and now I am.
Now you okay,
now
okay.
But you know, even when I was like bodybuilding and like really like cut up, like muscle. I was like,
I remember you
like
went,
8% body fat,
right, and you was not 200,
175,
I remember,
heavy, like you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I've like my whole life, like it's been that shit. Like women have always had preferences, always talk shit.
What?
Like, oh, this nigga ain't got a beard, he ain't that. This shit don't connect. It ain't this, it ain't that. You know what I'm saying? Like
real shit, Reggie.
Are you kidding me?
Real shit, Reg. Real shit, Reg. We've been out. You and I have been out, right? And at the end of the day, I can tell by the way certain women look at you and the way certain women look at me. Guess what? They look at you and they say, "Oh, this nigga bringing the goddamn pie out." Right? It's like, seriously though.
Okay.
You can tell.
Okay.
Like, I'm just saying, like, they might see you as a shorter guy to whatever standard, whatever we're going off of, whatever we're going off of. They be like, yeah, that nigga might cut up based on their experiences.
Okay.
And what they've been through. What experiences been the same thing based on their experiences. But at the same token, it might be a woman that look at you and be like, but look at me and be like, tall, dark, whatever. Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's the motherfucker right there.
Right.
It's all about preference.
It is. And I've had motherfuckers that told me, you know what I'm saying? I just don't feel safe or comfortable around somebody that ain't 6'2", 6'3", 6'4".
Shit don't mean nothing.
It don't like, you know what I'm saying?
But regardless, that's their preference.
That's their preference. And I've never disrespected anyone or shit on anybody for their preference or even felt bad about it. You know what I'm saying? Because you like who you like. You like who you like. You know what I'm saying? But I do know this, for example, in general, you're well traveled.
Yeah.
And wherever you go,
oh yeah,
wherever I go,
oh yeah,
it's an audience.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
sure.
I just can't say like, okay, I'm nice in Augusta, or I'm nice in Columbia, or you can't say like, oh, I'm nice in Augusta, or I'm nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always, you know, I've been here, I've been to wherever.
Yeah. Facts.
It's a lane for me here in there.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so
You gonna find out what the fuck going on.
right. I don't know. I just like that shit is just super curious to me and crazy in itself, like to why men can't have their preferences and speak on it and it even, you know, be an issue versus women to tell you, you know what I'm saying, like once you say something and it's not too it don't fit them.
Yeah.
It ain't necessarily them, it's an issue. Like it's a lot of women that just feel like you supposed to like them automatically off bat.
Yeah.
And if it ain't them, it don't pertain to them, then it's a problem.
Yeah. Man, listen, I don't give a fuck
You know,
about none of that.
we gonna there's a conversation to be had about convenient pussy.
Yes,
you know what? We're gonna talk about that next week. It's you know what I'm saying, because I think there's a conversation to be had about convenient pussy. But and a lot of motherfuckers fall in that category of convenient pussy. And even from you coming up as a young boy to now, it was some convenient pussy.
Yeah, of course. Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of motherfuckers might run with that.
Yeah.
Niggas necessarily don't run off a convenient dick. Like it ain't gonna be like, you know what I'm saying? Like a woman might hit you up as a young boy and be like, hey, come through. I want you to blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? And if she ain't the baddest thing, you know what I'm saying? Like if she's not in your preference, she ain't the baddest thing, you're not speaking on that. It might have been a hot dog.
Right.
And later, you know what I'm saying? You're not speaking on that. But she gonna be like, you know, but you know what? We're gonna get out of here. Listen, y'all, we do not have no unapologetic truths this week. A lot of things going on. Like I said, we was chilling outside with OG earlier, having shots, talking shit. I'll probably go down there. I'm pretty sure he's still up right now. He probably gonna want to take a shot. We'll talk a little shit with him later. But it is what it is. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I really, really, really thank y'all for fucking with us and making us a part of y'all Saturday, Sunday, Monday, whatever day y'all listen to us. You know, it means a lot. We got some work to do as far as in promoting and, you know, even expanding our brand and getting better. But you know, it's a process, and I thank y'all for everything.
No doubt. You know, shout out to you, big dog. Appreciate the work that you just put in thus far, man. The work that we're gonna put in moving forward. Shout out to the home team, man. Shout out to my support system as a whole. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody. Subscribe, and share. Unapologetic the pod. And again, when it boils down to last episode, even this episode, let me be clear. Look in the camera and be clear. We're not talking about anybody specific. We talk about our preferences. So if you're taking offense to it, we do apologize for you feeling like we're taking a shot at you, but we're not. It has nothing to do with you and everything to do with what we like as people, and we're entitled to do that. And as always, myself is Reggie. We might not be subject matter experts on suicide, but I promise you, and or mental health, but it is real. Before you hurt yourself or you harm others, please tap into the Unapologetic podcast on IG and or Facebook, or our individual IGs and or Facebook. And I can assure you, before you harm yourself, you harm others, we can get you or point you in the right direction to what you need as far as help goes. Other than that, you know how I'm giving it up, big dog. Different toilet, same shit.
I feel like we kind of little
Hey. Listen, man. Listen, I ain't been like, listen.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, right.
I can remember the episode. I can't remember the name. I can remember the episode. I think it was after the episode that where motherfuckers was said like it was after the BDSM episode.
Yeah, like, yeah. Hey, listen.
Okay,
Listen,
listen,
when you told me that you woke up a sleeping giant, bro, don't do that. Don't do it. But even in that, I understood where I was, and I understood where I was wrong in that episode.
Mm-hmm.
I understood where I was wrong. I was not open to. I was ignorant to what the young lady was saying.
Mm-hmm.
So in that moment, I closed down. But you're not gonna fucking tell me that I was wrong last week. You kiss my ass. Give a fuck who you are. And if you don't like it, you know what to do.
Absolutely. Listen, I'm with it 100%. Because I think we've kind of been teetering on the episode for the talk for the last couple of weeks, far as in because it always looks like men when you speak on certain things like it's taboo or you're wrong for having a preference. Like you
none of that.
Excuse me, y'all, I got the hiccups. Like you're just supposed to like whatever, but no, that ain't it. But listen, ladies,
I said 200. I know some I know some niggas out here that's ruthless. That's ruthless.
and right, absolutely. So to close it out, like, listen, I know some that's 200 plus that are, as we have been saying, killers. I have fucked with 2 or 3 that like personally, you know what I'm saying? As a personal preference, there's one thing that I really look at. I look at health. And one thing for my personal preference, moving on, if you aren't healthy and there is a worry of you having heart disease, high blood pressure, this and that, like if you are over 2 whatever and you don't do anything, like I don't never want to find myself in a situation to where, I'm
glad you said that.
Lord forgive.
Because guess what? At my size and how I am in my build, right?
And you're athletic.
Right. And I'm athletic. Guess what? I've been told, based on health reasons,
that you're unhealthy.
1, but 2, I'm talking, but I've been told by a woman, hey, if you don't take this shit serious, bro, you gotta beat it.
Right.
Straight up. So miss me with that shit.
Them motherfuckers tell me, like, listen, you gotta take this, you gotta do that. If not, we're gonna put you on blood pressure. And I'm like, but I mean, listen.
I'm talking about when it comes down to the preference or this.
But that
told me straight up, it ain't got nothing to do with.
Okay, so yeah, she told you that.
If you ain't right, if you ain't doing what you're supposed to do to get yourself better.
And I feel the same way when I deal with a woman. Like, listen, I would hate to invest in a woman that does not, you don't have to be the healthiest. You don't have to be the healthiest, but invest in yourself. Take care of yourself. Like, I don't want to be with you 5-10 years later down the road. I'm by myself because why? You
gotta think about that type of shit.
You know what?
Motherfuckers ain't ready for that conversation though. Anyway,
y'all listen. Yesterday was history. Tomorrow's a mystery. But today is a gift. Today is a gift. That's why it's called the present. But like, share, subscribe, as Jay said. Listen, we love y'all. This ain't nothing personal to anybody that messaged me or anybody that said anything about, like, our presence or our preferences or anything that, whatever.
You got a question, holla at me. I promise you.
It is what it is. We're unapologetic and we're unfiltered as always. Thank y'all for fucking with us. We'll see y'all next week. Trade Nomad Resident Prime Minister. We are out of here.
Take it easy.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Unapologetic, the podcast. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe.
Better follow me.